talking about the community breakfast that is coming up, the Community Heroes Breakfast put on by the American Red Cross of Central Massachusetts. And very fitting, actually, Lieutenant Don Courtney joins us now that you're here, of course, Don, because, Nicole, this event began after 9/11. And in 9/11, I think one of the reasons that not speaking for the American Red Cross, but that you really wanted to honor the community heroes was because of the incredible response from the Worcester area down to New York City when so many firefighters just headed immediately down to put themselves in harm's way after 9/11.
That's exactly how it started. We wanted to take an opportunity to honor the firefighters and the people in our community that gave so much during 9/11, and to look at the ordinary people that gave so much during that time. And as time went by, it was time to move on, and we looked at a perfect time to continue that, but into March. And you and I have a long history with the breakfast, and it's been just one of our most successful events. And I was so excited to see the nomination from the United Way for Don and his team. It's an incredible.
I agree. Because you know what I love about it? We've all known each other for a lot of years, but you know one of the things that I do love about it, Don, is that when we talk about the Community Heroes Breakfast, and people have been honored in the past for doing extraordinary things, people who have gotten people out of burning cars and all these things. But what you do every day, because you've done all that, I mean, you've gone into the burning buildings and saved the lives and all of these things, but you're being honored for something that I think really is just so much the essence of the community. You on your off days, you got your gang together from the fire department. You go out and you build these ramps for people to make sure that they're handicap accessible.
And that's just it. There's a need, and we just try to fill the need. You know, we greatly appreciate it. Unnecessary at all, but we certainly do appreciate this honor from Central Mass, and especially Nicole and the gang at the Red Cross.
See, you can't honor a firefighter for running into a burning building.
You really can't, and we've stayed away from that professional.
Right. If you and I were to do that,
we wanted ordinary people.
Yeah,
but,
that would be something.
You know, it's just such an unsung project, and
Right.
to see that these guys are working by night and getting off of their night shifts and putting on the tool belt and going right to build that ramp, it's an incredible story.
Yeah.
It is, but it's fun. But it is a lot of work. You know, last year we did, I think, 18 ramps last year. That's 18 days off that guys gave up to make to their community. But it's, there's nothing like seeing, the person, the recipient, being wheeled down by themselves or with somebody's assistance down that ramp for the first time.
It really is giving back.
We give them the outside. And that's the joy of it.
How many years have you been doing it now?
Well, we've been doing it, this will be our 6th year coming up, but we've been working since the 1980s. It was inaugurated in 1986, the program. The Carpenters had done it for a few years. We assisted the Carpenters, and then we just picked it up, and we've been running with it.
So how did it all come about?
United Way, John Sullivan and others through the United Way put it together back in 1986. The Central Mass Labor Council is, the people behind it. This is strictly a donation from organized labor. People don't understand that. The unions have been taking a hit the last few years here, but these are donations from organized labor through the Central Mass, and it's donated to the United Way. The United Way is the persons and the people who pick the recipients of the ramp. They take the money that's donated and put it to good use. And we just provide the background, the backbones, and the people out there to get this thing done.
Yeah, no, it's terrific, and it's great work. And again, I think it really speaks to what the award is. Over the 10 years that you have been giving out now, the award of the Community Heroes Breakfast, it really has been all different kinds of heroes.
It absolutely has. From a gentleman last year that ran into a burning car and saved the life of a woman, to groups like the firefighters, or people that have made international trips and missions to help people in Haiti, in Liberia. It's the mission of the American Red Cross being carried out across our neighborhoods, across the country, and across the globe. And it's really a time to celebrate and to talk to the people that our heroes have helped, to talk to the young mom who has a 17-month-old daughter who said, you gave her freedom. She can now go down the ramp and play outside in the yard. I cry every year just making the videos.
Yeah, no, it is
it's
terrific.
Unbelievable.
And we should point out that later this week we will have the Gengel family on, because last year you began giving out the Brittany Gengel Award.
We did.
Yeah, and so that'll be something special. I mean, has it changed much, you think, over the 10 years, or has it sort of stayed the same? I mean, the essence of the award.
I think the essence of the award has just grown. Our community is vested in this now. They're vested in helping us to celebrate the success in our community. And really, the nominations are just coming in, and it's hard to pick. We try to stay to 5 to 6 heroes a year, but it's just so exciting. And I think the beauty of Dawn's award is that it's just not 2 firefighters. There may be 60 firefighters that have worked on this project.
We work with 8, the day goes by with 8 guys, and then there might be 27 people there. But it all depends on what day the firefighters can give up. We get there in the morning, 8 o'clock. We like to kick it off at 8 o'clock, and we're not going to leave until that ramp is built. It could be 16 foot long, it could be 110 foot long, but we're going to get it done because we don't want anybody sitting in the window saying, well, they'll be back tomorrow, they'll be back next week. We want to make sure that it's done.
Right, exactly.
Well, we want to make sure that it's done. And there's a joy in it. You can't believe it. Even Nicole says it brings tears to her eyes. But you know what? I've seen grown men cry at these ramps after we've pushed that elderly lady down the ramp or
great
that young kid.
satisfaction.
But there's a need out there, and I think that's what the people should understand, is that there's a need out there to make outside accessible to people. There's a need, as the doctor says earlier, previously, was that, there's a need to prevent injuries. Well, you know what, if he can prevent injuries, that's going to be less incidents that we have to respond to also. So, those are the true heroes.
Yeah.
We're just the people that just want to get out there and make the difference.
How have your fellow firefighters responded to this award? Because I think, as you're pointing out, you're getting the award, but it does represent a lot of hard work by a lot of
It is. Some of the firefighters out there who are members of the ramp gang really don't want to be part of it, and I have to pull people into it to come and fill the seats at the breakfast but that's what it is. We're not looking for the recognition. The governor honored us a couple years back for the same thing, and again, to the governor, Patrick was like, you don't have to do this. We're not looking for the recognition, but again, it's greatly appreciated. But the guys are anxious to get out there now, and let's get this going for this year.
And Nicole, I do think as much as everybody has exactly the same response that Don just said, or Dr. Hirsch did earlier about, it's not why they did it. Didn't do it to get any recognition at all. I think it's wonderful that the Red Cross is recognizing them because, unfortunately, too often, Don, as you pointed out earlier, we don't take time to recognize all the good that people are doing. So it's nice to be able to
recognize
do that.
what the Red Cross is doing. In Central Mass, in Massachusetts, in the United States, and now going international. That's what their creed is, to get out there and help people in need, and they do it. Those are the heroes. I went to the Trade Center after it was bombed, and I worked down there with the New York firefighters for a while. I didn't consider myself anything but a firefighter when I went down there and worked. And I don't consider myself anything special today. Maybe next week at the breakfast, we'll feel a little bit different. But we just want to get out there and provide to the community. That's all we're looking to do.
Next week at the breakfast, the praise will go on and on
and you'll
and
cry,
on.
I hope.
Yes, we will keep going until we break you down.
And I think, Hank, it's not only to recognize the heroes, but it's inspire people when they leave or when they see this show to stop and think about how you can pay it forward, or what simple thing can you do today to make a difference in someone's lives. And that's what we hope to spread.
Boy, that is so well said. That is so well said. An inspiration to others, what Dr. Hirsch has done and what you have done.
Because there's a need. There's a need in Central Mass, and we just want to try to provide.
Great. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Coming up, a very important center that has just opened up here in Worcester, and many people are struggling with eating disorders. We're going to tell you about the Walden Center opening up, and Jennifer Smith will be with us in just a moment, right here on the Hank Stolz Experience.